All right, welcome in everybody to Merchants Park. My name is Jackson Kerrigan. Tonight we bring you varsity boys baseball action between the visiting Winterset Huskies and your home Carroll Tigers. Another Raccoon River Conference matchup here as we look at the Winterset Huskies. The Huskies coming off a win last week, 5-1 over Sheraton on the 23rd, but didn't start out the greatest with back-to-back losses in a doubleheader with Creston. And they're tied for last in the conference right now, but it is still early. So we'll just see how they pan out. And we'll take a look at the Tigers here. The Tigers come off a win here last week. Their home opener against the Glidden Ralston Wildcats, winning that game 14-0 in a mercy rule game. And they're 6th in the conference right now as we look at the Tigers. Carson Tedrow currently leads the Tigers in hits with 2, and Talon Crandall leads the team in RBIs with 5. And then on the pitching side, Stone Stevenholler leads it with 1 win so far. So we'll get a quick coaches meeting here, starting lineups, and we will get set for action here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to historic Merchants Park for tonight's conference varsity baseball game between the visiting team Winterset Huskies and your own Carroll Tigers. Carroll High School encourages positive sportsmanship and behavior at our activities. Please encourage players and coaches with positive comments and respect the decisions of the umpires. What you do and say reflects on your team, school, and community. Please enjoy the game by being a good sport. Now, let's introduce the starters for tonight's game. First, for the visiting team, the Winterset Huskies. Number 23, playing right field, Bowen Cadlock. Number 7, on mound, Reed Smith. Number 6, catcher, Ben Porter. Number 11, playing center field, Carson Dayclaw. Number 12, playing second base, Josiah Hornback. Number 15, first baseman, Carson Cook. Number 1, playing third base, Drake McDonald. Number 10, shortstop, Cam Sheffield. Number 4, DH, Jaden Lyon. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 22, playing left field, Wyatt Swanson. The Huskies are coached by Travis Nedved, Jim Hydoff, and Finn Steichmann. Now, the starting lineup for your Carroll Tigers. Number 3, playing center field, Jackson Gross. Number 2, pitcher, Stone Stevenholler. Number 12, the catcher, Carter Essex. Number 11, third baseman, Landon Peterson. Number 6, your right fielder, Trey Castle. Number 17, first baseman, Preston Lou. Number 4, your second baseman, Carson Tedrow. Number 9, your DH, Talon Crandall. Number 13, your right fielder, Mason Stitz. And number 1, shortstop, Chase Shable. Tigers are coached by Josh Lucan and Trevor Joyner. Please welcome the umpires for tonight's ball game, Larry Jacobus and Rod Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem.
The first team, as we look around the field here, on the bump we have Stone Stebar. He'll be throwing behind the plate. Carter Essick. Over at third, Landon Peterson. At shorts, we have Chase Shable. Second base, Carson Tedrow. First base, Braxton Liu. Then the outfielders over in left, we have, looks like, Mason Stitz. Then in center field, Jackson Gross. And then right field, Trey Tassel. Stephen Aller coming off a win in his last matchup, but pretty easily. I think he only allowed about 3-4 hits in that one. One error, but not by him. And 6 Ks. Ready for the start here.
For the Huskies, number 23, right fielder, Bowen Tadlock.
As we'll have Bowen Tadlock lead off for the Huskies, the right fielder tonight. First pitch from Stephen Aller is a ball inside. Stephen Aller, one of those pitchers that's going to kind of settle in here early before the starts, and that's flown out to center field here. Easy one for Jackson Gross there. Didn't have to move more than 2 steps to catch that one, and we're 1 away.
Batting next for the Huskies, number 7, pitcher Reed Smith.
Up next, number 7, Reed Smith will bat second for the Huskies. Smith will also be on the bump tonight for the Huskies. As Stephen Aller fires it in here. And that'll be strike 1. Good pitch by Stephen Aller, able to catch the upper corner inside. Second pitch is in the dirt to the outside, ball 1. Smith definitely being picky with the pitches here, looking for the right one. As that one's also a little inside, but it is called strikes. So 1 and 2 is the count here. 1 out, nobody on here in the first inning. Miller nods, draws back, fires. And that one's shot out to right field, and it'll be an easy trail there for Tassel to leg that one out and catch it, and that'll be 2 away. Good job by Tassel to turn his hips and then try to get in front of the ball and make the easy catch. As that's not really an easy catch for a left-handed guy, but just able to use the speed and get out there quick enough to make the play. As now we'll have the catcher Ben Porter bat now third. And first pitch, it hits him there, so he will drop to the first. And that'll be the first Husky on base tonight. Definitely not what Steven was looking for there on the first pitch or at all in that at bat, but kind of is what it is here in this sport. So the Huskies will get another crack at it here as now number 11, Carson Dinkla, the center fielder, will come to bat. As Smith leads off, swing and miss there for Dinkla for a strike. Head coach Nedved at third, giving the sign here. And he will be going, throw outside, pitch out, and just drops it. He would have had him there as Schabel just drops the ball. It was a good throw by Carter Resick as Stevenauer pitched out there. It was kind of a bad jump there by Smith, but he's able to get there, and thankfully that Schabel dropped the ball as now Essick will come out to the mound and have a word with Stevenauer. Yeah, I think that was definitely a moment that Carroll should have capitalized there and got the third out and went to get the sticks, but now they'll have to try again. Smith leads off second here, and another swing and a miss there for Dinkla, strike 2. Stevenauer in the stretch. Checks the runner, sets, fires, outside, 2-2. Stevenauer still keeping an eye on Smith back there as he's already ran once. Wouldn't be surprised 2 outs here if Coach Nedved sends him. 2-2 pitch, fouled back to the screen. So with that improper play, he's going to want to put it a little bit outside. So it seems like it's a lot closer than it is, so he's going to chase it there. And he can put it inside and he can swing. Stevenauer nods off that one as he'll set back in the stretch, fires, and that's in there. Strike 3. Good curveball. So after a half inning here, still in Stevenauer, only one runner on base left on for the Huskies. It's still a 0-0 score as we head to the bottom of the first.
Leading things off for Carroll Tigers is number 3, for center fielder Jackson Gross.
Here it's Carroll's turn to pick up the sticks here as the junior Jackson Gross leads off for the Tigers here. As the first pitch from Smith is a swinging strike one. That one's a little low there, but Gross thought it was a decent pitch and decided to swing. Second pitch for Smith is another swinging strike, 0-2. Just going right after Gross here is, I think that's kind of how he's looking to approach everybody here. And that one's called strike 3 inside. So Gross goes down on strikes, and that's one away here in the bottom of the first.
Number 2, pitcher Stone Stevenholler.
Now the pitch, Stone Stevenholler up to bat for the Tigers. As Smith just looking to have a repeat of the last at bat. And that first one is in there for a strike. Second just in the dirt. And skips back to the backstop there for ball 1. As Carter Essick will trot over there and grab it quickly. There's a swinging strike there for Smith as the count moves now to 1-2. With one out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Score still 0-0. And good job by Stevenholler to foul that one off here as it stays 1-2. Stevenholler trying to stay in there and keep battling, trying to be the first guy to get on base here with a hit. And Carroll looks to try to break the tie here early and get out in front. That one's in the dirt now, making it 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is grounded to short and third as the third baseman McDonald will pick it up. He'll fire to first, and he is out. Routine play there for McDonald, as that's now 2 away here for the Tigers. As now the catcher Carter Essick will step up to the plate here.
Next to bat, number 12, for catcher Carter Essick.
So still scoreless here in this game, but it is still early. No hits, no errors recorded for either team. As the senior catcher steps in here. First pitch from Smith is low, ball 1. Smith definitely getting a lot more swinging pitches than he has been, and really strikes as Carroll's been kind of chasing what he's been throwing. As a kind of a prime example there is Essick's probably one of the better batters with a better eye, as that one makes it now 2-0. Essick back in after the timeout. And 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike, making it 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is in there again for a strike, as the count's now even 2-2. Smith looking for one more here to close out the inning, and that one is low as the count hits full. Smith nods that one off. The 3-2 comes home, and it's popped up in the air, and it will be off to the right side and foul. Smith sets and fires, and Essick had to reach for that one, but it's going to be popped up over to first base, and that one's easily gloved there by Carson Cook. And that'll end the inning here, so nobody on base, nobody scored here for the Tigers, and it is still 0-0 as we head to the top of the second. Across the way here, as we look over at the softball team, the Lady Tigers still trail the Winterset Huskies 13-0 in the bottom of the fourth, as the Huskies are up to bat now with 2 outs. So they're definitely struggling this year, as they definitely are short for numbers this year, as only having 11 girls in total, minus a couple that are out for the season due to injury. But hopefully the Tigers can have a better season than they did last year. I mean, not saying they had a bad season last year, but as a coach, and especially as a new coach, as the new coach Riley Ludwig is now in there, you definitely want to start out strong and definitely want to have a better season than the last and just continue to improve. So hopefully, as I assume, I'm not sure they're going to come back from this one, hopefully they can bounce back tomorrow against Nevada here and get their first win of the season. As Essex throws down to second, the ball's thrown back in, and we get set to start here. Josiah Hornback, the second baseman, will step in to lead off for the Huskies here, as we're still in a 0-0 tie here. Stephen Aller still on the mound, looking to have a repeat of his last inning, as that first pitch is grounded in between, in the gap, into right field, and that will be the first hit of the game, as Hornback will reach with a single.
Batting next is number 15, first baseman Carson Cook.
Good job by Hornback there, able to reach out there and go get it and push it in between Lou and Tedrow out there into right for a hit. As now the first baseman, number 15, Carson Cook, is up to bat. And Stephen Aller will throw over as Hornback will scamper back to first base. Stephen Aller fires, and that one is in there for a strike. And he'll start out 0-1. Hornback leads off first, and he'll have to go back, and the ball is thrown away as Lou's not able to field it, and Hornback will end up going to second. Now he's headed for third, as Lou just now gets it in, and that will be a mistake there for the Tigers. That's now the first error of the game. And Hornback standing on third, so now people are trying to get refocused, and six fires, and that one's up and inside for ball one. Hornback leads off third, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike two. Drake McDonald waiting his turn in the circle, as he'll be up next here for the Huskies. And here comes the 1-2 pitch, and it's swung on for strike three. So Stephen Aller able to get another K here. And now it's 1 out here in the top of the second.
Next to that is number 1, third baseman Drake McDonald.
Drake McDonald, the third baseman, steps in here for the Huskies. As the first pitch is in the dirt. Good job by Essex to stop that one, as a pass ball would probably be easily scored there. As it's now 0-1, or 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Good little slider there from Stephen Aller. Just able to catch the outside, but definitely caught the eye of McDonald. He was definitely swinging pretty hard there. And bunt shown, but nothing there, as that's going to be a strike. as Hornback came halfway down the line to kind of put pressure on Essick, but Essick kind of caught onto the game and made Hornback retreat back. Steven on the wind up, fires, and called strike 3. Another K here for Stone Stevenaller, and it is 2 away here in the top of the second. That's batting 8th for the Huskies is the DH, Jaden Lyon.
DH, Jaden Lyon.
Stevenaller's first pitch here is a swung strike. So good start here for Stevenaller. Lyon DHing tonight for the Huskies. As he gets set and steps back in here as Stevenaller will fire home. And Stevenaller able to catch the inside there with a curve, and it's 0-2. Looking for 3 Ks in a row here is Stevenaller as he sets and fires, and that one's in the dirt, making it now 1-2. No runs, no, 1 hit, and no errors for the Huskies so far as they have a Hornback on third. And the pitch is sent, and it's shot into center field. Gross will have to go back for it, and he will record the third out here. So through 1.5 for Stone Stevenaller, 1 hit given up and 1 error as we head to the bottom of the second.
Top of the second for the Huskies saw no runs on 1 hit. There was an error. And 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom. The Tigers will send up their 4, 5, 6 hitters and will lead things off as number 11, third baseman, Landon Peterson.
Landon Peterson, the third baseman, will step in for the Tigers here in a scoreless ball game as the Tigers look to get their first hit of the game. As Reed sets and fires here, and that one swung on and missed by Peterson for strike 1. Peterson's looked good in the last game against Glidden and looked really good last season from what I had seen as that one's in the dirt. Really good contact hitter, pretty good runner, and a good fielder from what I've seen as they've moved him from last year. He was playing second and short now over to third, so he could basically play anywhere in the infield. As that one's in there for a strike, 1-2. Reed Smith still looking good for the Huskies, still slinging strikes as Peterson will call time here. Definitely finding his spots in the zone is Smith. Kind of that inside corner, as I think both Smith and Stevenaller are found there, as that one's low for ball 2 as the count evens up. Smith sets, fires, and that one swung on and popped foul and out towards the back right. So Peterson will get another chance here. Look on deck as number 6 Trey Tassel, the right fielder. As Peterson swings at that pitch and it's grounded to short, and easy pitch and throw by Cam Sheffield for out number 1. Gibson definitely turned on that ball, but just not able to put it in the right spot there. That was a pretty easy play there for Sheffield, as there's one away.
Number 6, right fielder Trey.
Left-handed right fielder Trey Tassel will step in here with one away and nobody on here in the bottom of the second. First pitch is outside for Smith, ball 1. Smith fires, and that one's low for ball 2. As we look over at the softball field, as that game has now ended as the Tigers fall 13-0 in a mercy rule 4-inning game, so they will drop to 1-0, and I believe the Huskies will they will advance to 2-1, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. You'd have to go over there and look at the score. As Tassel swings and misses at that one, making the count now 2-1. Smith fires, and that one's going to be a little line drive out to right field, and a hit for Trey Tassel as the Tigers able to get their first hit of the night. Good contact with throwing it up there for Trey Tassel and able to get it into right field over the second baseman. As now the big first baseman, Braxton Liu, will step in here with one away and one on base. As Tassel will lead off, kind of chopping his feet towards second base. And the pitch is a little high there for Liu, and it's ball 1. The 0-1 pitch is Tassel's running. The throw down is out. Good job there by Hornback to throw to the ball and able to tag Tassel there. Tassel's not quick enough to get to the bag. That was definitely wide as Porter threw that from his knees, but still somewhat accurate as Hornback's able to catch it and get the out. And Tassel will be picked off as it's now 2 away. Smith's 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Liu for strike 1. Still 0-0 score, nobody on, 2 out. As the 2-1 pitch is outside, making it 3-1. Smith definitely not his best inning so far, but still early. Definitely looked better in the first, but trying to settle in as that one swung on and missed, making the count up to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch is swung on and into the outfield for a base hit. Braxton Liu is able to turn on that one and put it into right center. And he is aboard with 2 outs. As up now is number 4, the second baseman, Carson Tedrow. Tedrow stepping in here, leading the team in hits with 2 on the young season, as that first one is in there for a strike. Good change up there by Smith, as he looks to get cash in with one more here. Smith checks the runner and fires, and that one is just a tad bit high, and it evens the count 1-1. Smith in the stretch, sets back, fires, and Tedrow swings at that one and fouls it off back to the fence, as that makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith checks Liu at first, now fires home, and that one's in there for strike 3. So good job by Smith, able to get a couple picks off and get a couple Ks and get out of the inning, as Carroll gets 2 hits, leaves one runner on and nobody batted in as we head to top of the third.
For the Tigers, no runs on a couple of hits. No errors, and a runner left on base after two. Tied it 0. Starting things off, top of the third inning for the Huskies is number 22, left fielder, Wyatt Swanson.
The inning here for Steamallers in the dirt for ball one. As at the plate is number 22, the left fielder, Wyatt Swanson. And that one's in there for a strike, keeping the count at 1-1. One pitch is in there for a strike, making the count now 1-2. Still no score here at Merchants Park between the Tigers and the Huskies. As that one's in the dirt, evening the count up at 2-2. Siebenaller back on the bump, sets, fires, and that one swung on and missed for strike 3 as Swanson goes down swinging as it's one away here in the third. As we're back to the top of the order here as Bowen Tadlock will step up here. 0-1 so far with a fly out to center field on the first. Siebenaller sends it home here, and that one swung on and missed for strike 1. Siebenaller definitely looking better as the game has went on, definitely settling in. As that one's sent home, and that's shot out to shallow left field. Somebody's got to call it. Stitz comes in and diving, but just missed it. As Tadlock heads to second, he'll be in there safely with a double. Actually, I think they would technically rule that as a single, but was able to get to second. As good hustle there by Mason Stitz, as that was very shallow, but good diving effort, just not able to get there. So the Huskies will have one on here as the pitcher, Reed Smith, sets up here. And Siebenaller's in the stretch. He's going to check the runner a couple times, fires home. And that one is outside for ball 1. Siemauer gets the sign from Essick, checks back as Tedrow fires forward, and the runner's going. And that one is hit foul as Huskies were looking for a hit and run there as Tadlock took off, but Smith just fouls away, so he'll have to trot back and redo it again. One count here for Smith as Siemauer rocks back, checks the runner, and fires. And that one's just inside. Good eye, making it now 2-1. Huskies trying to capitalize on a great opportunity here as they still got a runner on second with one out. Siemauer checks the runner. Tadlock steps, and it's grounded over to short. Shable with the pickup, throw over, and it's scooped by Lou there, and it's 2 away. Good scoop by Braxton Lou, able to conserve that one and get the out. But Tadlock will advance to third as there's 2 away. As now the catcher Ben Porter will step up here for the Huskies with 2 away. Seaballer back in the windup as Tadlock sends it home. And that one's grounded also to short there. Throw over by Shable is in time. So the Tigers able to get out of a jam here as the Huskies leave one on 1 hit. And we're still scoreless heading into the bottom of the third.
Top half of the third for the Huskies saw no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the third.
First sent to start here as Carroll will send the 8 and 9 hitters here and then back to the top of the order. As stepping into the box is the DH, number 9, Talon Crandall, as he bats 8 for the Tigers in the lineup. Smith looking to have another strong inning as his last one. Still pretty consistent, still slinging strikes. As he sets and fires, and that one is outside for the first pitch, and it's ball 1. Crandall DHing for the left fielder Mason Stitz tonight. As Smith fires that one in there, and that's swung on and missed by Talon, evening up the count 1-1. Smith sends home the 1-1, and that one's in the dirt. Pushing the count up now to 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch is called strike, evening it back up to 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on here. Still 0-0 in the bottom of the third, as that one is called strike 3. So Crandall will go down on strikes here as Smith's able to get the first batter of the inning. As now the 9 hitter Chase Shable, the shortstop, steps in. Smith looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here as he fires it home, and that one is inside on Chase there. And we'll start out this at bat 1-0 as Smith quick to fire, and that one's also in the dirt. Pushing the count up now to 2 balls and no strikes. Smith sets and fires. And that is a called strike 1, making the count 2-1. And that one swung on by Shable as he'll have to hustle to get there, and it's dropped by the first baseman Cook. And that will be the first error of the game for the Huskies as Shable is able to leg that one out. So Carroll will have somebody on base here as they are back up to the top of the order here. As Jackson Gross will step in. Gross on one tonight with his last at bat being a strikeout. As Smith's in the stretch, he'll step back, checks the runner at first, and will fire it home, and that one's outside for ball one. Coach Lucan giving the sign to his batter and his runner here as Gross steps back in. Smith checks the runner, now sets. Nods back, fires as Schabel takes off. Throw down is high, but they get him. And that's another pickoff there again. Porter doing a good job tonight, able to get the throws down there. Well, also really good job by Hornback, able to catch that ball out of the air as it was definitely a little high, but able to come down quickly and get the tag. As it's now 2 away here, as that's the second runner picked off for the Tigers. So Smith will fire it in here, and that one's inside on Gross, making it now 3-0. That one's fired in there, and it is ball 4. So Gross will walk here, so the Tigers will stay alive here in this 3rd inning.
Next to that is our pitcher, Siemenoller.
Siemenoller steps up for his second at bat of the night, 0-1 on the night. As Gross will get his lead away from first. As Siemenoller will step in here. As Reed Smith will look to work from the stretch. As he'll check the runner and Gross will dive back. Smith sets, fires home, and that one swung on and blooped up in the air. An easy catch there for Cam Sheffield to end the inning. So Carroll strands 1 on no hits and 1 error as we head to the 4th inning.
Bottom half of the 3rd for Carroll saw no runs, no hits. There was an error, a walk, and 1 left on base. After 3, we remain scoreless. Picking things up, top of the 4th for the Huskies is center fielder Varsity.
Top of the 4th here for the Huskies, still 0-0 as Carson Dinkla steps in for the Huskies. And that first pitch swung on and drilled out to right field, but it is foul as Tassel gave it a chase, but not able to catch up to it as it goes foul. So Dinkla will get another crack at it here as the ball thrown in. Tassel definitely playing it like it was fair. I mean, it could have ran it down and caught it, but it was definitely fouled. It wasn't close enough to be in play. As Siemenoller comes from the windup and swinging strike there for Dinkler as the count's up to 0-2. Siemenoller looking for the backwards K here as he fires it in there, and that's in the dirt for the ball one. The 1-2 pitch is swung and missed, and that'll be another K here for Siemenoller as there's one away. As Dinkler thought it hit the dirt, but it did not. As he was about halfway down the baseline, the umpire said that it was just a strikeout. As now number 12, Josiah Hornback steps in, 1-1 on the night with a hit. With a single, actually, and able to get to third base, but not able to score. And that one's in the dirt for ball one. Siemenoller comes from the stretch, and that one is in there for strike one. Good little curve ball there from Siemenoller. As the 1-1 pitch is in there for a swinging strike. As the count's now 1-2 with nobody on and one away here in the top of the fourth. Still no score here between the Huskies and the Tigers. And that one is swung on and missed there by Hornback, and that's another K for Siemenoller as it's now 2 away here in the fourth.
Stepping into the batter's box next is first baseman Carson.
Cook steps in here 0-1 on the night, looking to get on base here and keep this inning alive. As that one's in the dirt for Siemenoller, is not able to get the slider up and in. And the 1-0 pitch is just a tad bit high there. Now extends the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Siemenoller sets, fires, and that one is swung on and missed for strike one. The 2-1 pitch is in there for strike two. Fastball just on the outside there. And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, so Siemenoller comes in and gets 3 backwards Ks, and the Huskies have nobody on, and we will head to the bottom of the fourth.
Bottom half of the fourth, the Tigers will send up their 3-4-5 hitter, and starting off is catcher Carter.
Essex steps in here once again for the Tigers to lead off the bottom of the fourth here, as Essex looking to get a hit here early as that one's popped into right center field as center fielder gives chase, and that one will be gloved by Dinkler for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out there for Smith. That one is a fly out.
Batting next is your third baseman, Landon Peterson.
Peterson, another one that is 0-1 on the night as he steps in here with 1 out, nobody on here in the inning. As that one is just outside for Smith as the count starts out 1-0. The 1-0 comes home, and it is outside once again for 2 balls and no strikes. Reed sets and fires, and that one's in the dirt, as that brings the count now to 3-0. Smith trying to get a quick K here as Peterson sets to bunt, but will drop it back, and it will be in there for strike 1. The 3-1 pitch is popped into the air between first and right, and that's down for a hit. As the right fielder Tadlock was not able to get there in time, and the first baseman didn't drop back, so that will be ruled as a hit. So Carroll will have a 1-out hit as Peterson will be on first. As now the right fielder Trey Tassel will step up again tonight. Tassel 1-1 on the night with a hit. And Carroll looking to score here early. Peterson leads away, fakes the run. That one is in there for strike 1. Smith works from the stretch, checks the runner, sets, fires, and that one's inside, and that got Tassel. So Carroll will have 2 on here with 1 out in the inning, as now the senior, the first baseman Braxton Liu will step up here.
Stepping in the box next is first baseman Braxton Liu.
2 on, 1 out here for the Tigers as Smith trying to work out of a jam here. As he'll be set, checks the runner at second, Peterson, and fires home, and that one is in there for strike 1. Tedrow awaiting on deck here for the Tigers as Smith sets back, checks the runner, and fires, and that'll be a swinging strike for Liu as the count's now 0-2. Liu back in the box trying to battle here with an 0-2 count. Waiting the Smith. And that one's fired and swung on and missed here. And that'll be another strikeout for Smith as there's now 2 away in the inning. As second baseman Carson Tedrow steps up here again.
Second baseman Carson Tedrow.
Tedrow 0-1 on the night after a strikeout in his last at bat. But looking to try to score Peterson here as Peterson's going to take off on the run. And now Peterson's in a pickle. So he'll go back and forth here as he's trying to beat the runners. And now Peterson will slide, and he is out. So Carroll strands 2 here as Peterson not able to get out of the pickle with a base hit here. And we will head to the top of the 5th.
Bottom half of the 4th saw no runs on 1 hit, no errors, there was a hit accident, and 1 runner stranded on base. After 4, he remained scoreless.
Pitchers duel here at Merchants Park as the Huskies set to bat here as they have 2 hits on the night, no runs, and 1 error. And the Tigers have 0 runs on 3 hits and 1 error as well, as that first pitch is a strike from Stephen Allen. 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike on McDonald, and it is now 0-2. Third baseman 0-1 on the night here as Stephen Aller sets and fires, and that one is popped towards the Winterset dugout and foul on top of the dugout. No balls and 2 strikes here for Stephen Aller as he fires it in here. Fastball popped up. Tassel making chase for it, trying to get there and is not able to get there, so that will be a hit. As I thought Tedrow was going to call him off and get the easy catch, but just a little bit of miscommunication there, but that will fall for a hit, so there will be one on here early for the Huskies. As the DH line will step in 0-1 on the night. Huskies looking to capitalize off that base hit here as Stephen Aller checks the runner at first, fires, and that one is fouled off by Lyon over the third base line. Drake McDonald gets his lead off of first here as Stephen Aller will check over there, and he will drop back and fire, and that one is in the dirt. 1. One pitch is in, and there's a timeout there as Lyon was able to get the timeout, and Stephen Aller must not heard it call time as he threw that one inside, I think, by accident. It definitely wasn't on purpose, just by the looks of it. McDonald gets his lead off of first. Definitely wouldn't be surprised if he takes off here as they're ahead in the count as Stephen Aller fires, and that one's in the dirt. And throw over as Essick thought he had a chance to get a pick off, but nothing going there. Stephen Aller trying to settle in here, trying to bounce back in this AB as it's now 2-1. Excuse me, 3-1, sorry. And the 3-1 pitch is fouled away into the glove of Essick, making it now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Or actually, it's 2-2. Actually, I'm not sure. I thought they called a ball already earlier, but maybe not. Stephen Aller looking for K here as that one swung on and into left field as Mason Stitz will have it here for the second out of the inning. Good job by Stitz, able to get there quickly and get the throw in.
Next to bat is left fielder Wyatt Sorensen.
Left field, but he's able to throw to second base. You can get it, holds that runner at first.
Swanson steps up here, and he'll show bunt as that's bunted back to the screen. So that will be strike 1. Swanson struck out in the third inning, looking to have better matters here in this AB, as that is a swinging strike to it. He steps off the mound here for just a moment. Now he'll step back in, and Swanson will step up to bat. He'll check the runner. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it is just outside, making the count 1-2. Stephen Aller looking for another K on the night here as he steps in, checks McDonald over at first, fires, and that one is low. And that evens the count up 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch, swung on and popped up in the air. Stitz giving chase. Schabel calling for it. Now Stitz, and it's caught. And McDonald didn't realize that there was only one out. And that's going to be a double play. Good heads-up awareness by Mason Stitz as he'll throw it in there, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So the Huskies strand one on one hit. No errors to the Tigers as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
Tigers will send up their 7-8-9 hitters, and to lead things off is second baseman Carroll.
Tedrow steps in here for the Tigers in the bottom of the fifth as Carroll looks to break the tie here, as it's still 0-0 as Smith first pitch is outside for ball one. And that one's going to be inside there, making the count now 2 balls and 0 strikes. The 2-0 pitch is fouled back by Tedrow as that makes the count now 2-1. Smith's 2-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. As Tedrow will go down swinging as there's one away here in the bottom of the fifth.
Next bat, D.H. Carroll.
As the sophomore D.H. Talon Crandall steps in here 0-1 on the night, and first pitch swinging as that one's fouled back and out of play. Smith settles back in, trying to get a quick and easy inning here, as that one is outside as the count evens up 1-1. one's inside as the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike here for Talon Crandall. Smith settles back in here, works from the windup and fires. And that one swung up and popped up towards the Winterset bench, and it is out of play as that one will land on top of the dugouts. Good hustle there by Porter and Cook to at least go over there and see if they can make a play on it. So Crandall will have another crack at it as Smith shakes off that pitch and fires home a 2-2. And that one is in there, called strike 3. So Crandall will go down on strikes here as it's now 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Up next, shortstop, Chase Shable.
As the 9-hitter Chase Shable, the sophomore shortstop, will step in here. Shable 0-1 on the night, reached on an error. As that one is in there for a first pitch strike. This 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Shable. Look at the count now, 0-2. One more here for Smith is tossed, and that one's grounded up to Smith, and he'll toss it over to first base, and that will end the inning. So no hits, no runners left on here for the Tigers as we're still 0-0 as we head into the 6th inning.
Leading things off for the Huskies. Top of the 6th is number 23, Bowman.
Heading into the later innings here at Merchants Park. Still 0-0 score between the Carroll Tigers and the visiting Winterset Huskies as the Tigers looking to get out of this one here as the Huskies send the top of the order as Tadlock steps in and will leave that one outside for ball 1. No appeal there by Essick as that one is in the dirt, making it now 2-0. As it definitely could have been a close one on the first pitch, but Essick does not appeal down. As we'll get reset here as Tadlock will call time. And he'll step back in as Seemuller will approach the bump. That one's rocked back, fired, and is in there for a strike. As it makes it 2 balls and 1 strike here. Seemuller fires the 2-1 pitch, and that one swung on and popped up over towards the bench as Braxton Liu will have the catch in foul territory, and there is one away. Good job by Seemuller to jam him there, and good job by Braxton Liu to able to get over there and get under that one for the quick out.
Batting next is number 7, Reed Smith.
As Smith, the pitcher, will step back up here with 1 away in the inning, as he is 0 for 2 on the night. And Right behind him is the catcher, Ben Porter, as that first one swung on to right field. Tassel giving chase back, and it will be down for a hit as he heads for two. Tassel hits the cutoff, and that will be a stand-up double for the pitcher, Reed Smith. Good job by Smith to turn and burn on that pitch, as that was definitely a good one to turn on, and Tassel not able to catch up to it as it just drops inside the line for a fair ball right in that corner over by the 322 mark. And now we'll get a pinch runner here as Jack Leisure, the sophomore, will run for Smith.
Leisure. Stepping into the box is number 6, Ben Porter.
And the Husky catcher, Porter, steps into the box here with one away and a runner on second. And Steamauer will work from the stretch as he'll rock back, check the runner, and send it home. And that one's looped into the air and down for a hit as they will hold the runner at third, so we will have runners at the corners here with one away. As Steamauer kind of having trouble settling in here early, but looking to get out of a pickle here and get out of here without any runs scored. And now manager Josh Lucan will step out of the dugout and have a talk with his senior pitcher. As we will step away.
Up next is number 11, Carson Dinkla.
Carson Dinkler will step in here for Huskies. Will stay in the game here with runners in the corners, one away here. Huskies looking to capitalize on a great opportunity here as the corners are in. And bunt shown, and it's bunted foul towards the screen. Huskies definitely looking to play small here and try to get an quick and easy run here without having to really work for it. As I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Coach Nevid tries to get a bunt and sends the runner from third here, or on a double steal. As Steamauer comes set, checks the runners, and fires. And the runner goes from first, and Porter will be safe at second, as there will be no throw down. Runners on second and third, as the count heads 0-2. And now the infield comes into the grass as Leisure leads off here. Swing and fouled away by Dinkla, as that one will be out of play back behind the bleachers. Decent crowd here at the ballpark, both home and visiting fans here. Thank you to everybody for coming out and supporting the home team and the visiting team. As Steamauer will work from the windup here. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, and swung on and through for a hit. That'll score one as they send Porter coming around. Here's the throw, not in time. So that'll be a 2 RBI single there for Carson Dinkla, as the Huskies break the tie here in the top of the 6th, making it now 2-0.
Next is number 12,
Good job by Dinkla, not bunting there and swinging away and just punching it right through the middle as the infielder was in, so they definitely wouldn't have had enough time to react and make a play. As there's still one away, Dinkla on first. as Josiah Hornback will step in here for the Huskies. As Dinkler will take off. Throw down is just wide as Dinkler is in there safe. Essick definitely frustrated there as he thought he could have made a better throw, but not able to, as Dinkler will be in there safely as the count is now 1-0. Siebenoller working from the stretch as he checks the runner at second, fires it home, and that one is hit up the middle. Good stop by Tedrow, but not able to make the play at first as he threw it just a bit wide. That is crazy. Carson Tedrow came from his second base position and was almost at the shortstop position and was able to make the stop, but just not able to get the out there. And that was a great play, but not able to capitalize on it. So there will be runners at the corners, and that'll be ruled as a hit. As now Cook will step in, shows bunt, throw to third, and thought he had him, but they're going to say he's safe. As I thought Peterson might have clipped him there. As it's going to be close. I think he might have got him because Peterson dove right as he was diving back when he caught the ball. As Hornback will advance, and they're going to call him safe. Too bad there's not replay in high school, as that one definitely would have been a challenged play. But Hornback will advance to second, so there's now runners on second and third. As Dinkler was able to get back, says the umpires. As we'll have a stoppage in play. And the umpire will stop the game, and I don't know if he's throwing out a fan or if he came over and pointed at somebody. I'm not sure if he's throwing I think he might have threw a fan out. I'm not sure who, though. As he pointed over to the athletic director, Randy. I'm not sure what was even said or what happened. There was just a point. So we'll get back in action as the infield comes in. And as the count is no balls and one strike here to Carson Cook. And the pitch is low. And that'll even up the count 1-1. One pitch comes home, and that is just outside, making it now 2-1. Two balls, one strike here for Siebenoller as Cook sets and Siebenoller throws home. And that will be a called strike, even the count back up to 2-2. Infield still in here for the Tigers. 2-2 count, 1 out. Runners on second and third as the Huskies able to get the lead here, leading it 2-0 here in the top of the sixth. As Siebenoller brings it home, and that is a swinging strike 3. Siebenoller able to get out here, and it's now 2 away. There's one more here for Siebenoller to try to limit the damage here, kind of stop the bleeding here. As now Drake McDonald, the third baseman, will step in with 2 away and runners on second and third. Siebenoller works from the windup, and that one is in the dirt. Ball 1. Good stop by Essick. Siebenoller nods off that pitch as he'll step off. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike as that evens the count up there. As Siebenthaler is just trying to get out of this one and limit the damage. As McDonald will step back in here. As Siebenthaler continues to work from the windup. As he'll fire it to the plate. That one swung on and popped up into the air into right field. Tassel calls off everybody and will record the third out. So 4 hits, 2 runs, and 1 error in the inning as the Huskies will gain the lead here as we head to the bottom of the 6th with Carroll left to do some work.
Top half of the 6 for the Huskies on 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, no walks. What's still amazed at a couple of on hits. After 5.5, Huskies 2, Tigers 0. Top of the order for the Tigers, and to lead things off is number 3, Jackson.
Top of the order here for Coach Lucan's Tigers as Gross will lead it off here 0-2 on the night as Reed's having a good night so far as the first pitch swinging is grounded to second base. Easy one there for Hornback, and he will make the throw and there'll be one away. Smith having a solid night, able to get out of the jams that he's been in, which hasn't been too many, but staying consistent, getting some ground balls and his infield backing him up, but also getting some decent Ks. As Siebenthaler, the pitcher, will step back in and try to get on base here so the Tigers can climb back in this one, as that one is a first pitch strike here with 1 away in the inning. And that one is outside, even the count up at 1-1. Coach Lucan encouraging his batter, trying to give him some words of encouragement, as that one is a swinging strike 2 for Siebenthaler. So he will have to work from behind here in this count. As Smith sets and fires the 1-2 pitch, and that one swung on and into the outfield for a base hit as Dinkler will field that one and throw it in, and that will be a single for the pitcher, Stone Siebenthaler. As Carter Essig will step up here with Siebenthaler on first base, 1 out in the inning. Tigers still trail 2-0.
Batting next, the Tigers, number 12, Carter Essig.
Smith checks Siebenthaler at first as Siebenthaler takes his lead. And the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1 to Essig. As Essig and Siebenthaler look at the sign here from Coach Josh Lucan. As Smith will wave off that pitch, check the runner, and get set. The windup pitch is high for ball 2. Smith starting to struggle here, but trying to work out of this one as we get towards the end of this one here. And the 2-0 pitch is high again for ball 3. So Carroll showing some signs of life here, trying to climb their way back into this one as Essig will step in ahead in the count with a 3-0. And Smith's look over will send Siebenthaler back to the bag as he'll lead off now. And now Essig will call a timeout. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Definitely could take that one there, as Essex now is still a 3-1, so he's still got a decent count for himself here, as Smith will wind up and fire. And that one swung on and missed there for Essex. It looked like he was swinging for the fences. Definitely got to settle and drop that shoulder and kind of just put it in the gap here. And if he puts it in the gap here, that'd be pretty solid, as there's a pretty big gap here. The 3-2 pitch is in the dirt, and it is a ball 4. As they say, Essex didn't go around, so that'll be another walk, and that will put runners aboard first and second with one away. As now Coach Nedved will come to the mound, and we will step away here.
Stepping into the batter's box next is number 11, Landon Peterson.
Meeting is over, as Smith will stay in there, and now we'll have the third baseman Landon Peterson step into the box with one away here in the bottom of the 6th, as that one will be in the dirt on the first pitch, as the count will start out 1-0. Carroll needs to capitalize here and to try to keep themselves in this game. I think if they don't score here, they're probably not going to score the rest of the game, as Smith pitch is swung on and missed, evening the count up at 1-1. A little off-speed pitch there for Reed Smith. Both pitchers tonight really good on the off-speed, both Seemeller and Smith, able to get a lot of swings and misses off of it, as he'll check the runner and fire. And that one is swung on and missed, and now the count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pearson definitely went around there. I think he was trying to check, but not able to hold himself, as Smith checks the runner. And he'll come from the stretch and fire home. And that one is called strike 3. So Peterson goes down on strike. It's now 2 away, as the big left-handed bat of Trey Tassel will step to the plate here with runners at first and second with 2 away in the 6th. Smith's pitch is swung on and missed there by Tassel. As Tassel tried to reach for it. He shouldn't have swung at that one, as it was just outside. Smith comes from the stretch, checks Peterson, fires, or not Peterson, Stephen Aller, as that one's fouled off the foot of Tassel. And that brings the count now to 0-2. Tassel steps back in here, trying to battle back in this 0-2 count with 2 away, as Smith looking to get out of the inning here and prevent any runs from being scored, as he'll set and fire, and that one is low for ball 1. Good eye there by Tassel, able to lay off that. Smith sets back, checks the runner once again, and fires. And that one is high for ball 2, evening the count. 2-2. Tassel steps in, crowding the plate here on this 2-2 delivery. And it is in the dirt, and it gets past the quarter, evening the count, and the runners will advance as Stephen Aller will advance to third, Essex to second with 2 away as the count is now full. So just hold on a minute here, folks, as the bases could potentially be juice for Braxton Liu. Or it could just be the third out. You don't know really in this sport and how Smith has been pitching. I mean, he's been pitching mostly good. He's had this inning and probably one more, not been the greatest, but he's still pitching pretty consistent. As now he'll set back, and here comes the 3-2 pitch, and that one swung on and missed for strike 3. So Smith able to get out of the inning with a K at the end, and Carroll will strand 2 as we head to the top of the 7th.
Bottom of the 6th for the Tigers. Will runs on 1 hit, walk, and a run stranded on 8. After 6, Huskies 2, Tigers.
I'll see you tomorrow. Tell him he said hello.
Now, Huskies will send up their 8, 9, and top of the order hitters, and we'll pick these up with number 4, Jaden Lyon.
8, 9 hitters then back to the top for the Huskies as Jaden Lyon, the DH, will step in here as the Winterset Huskies lead 2-0 on 7 hits and 1 error in the night. Tigers have 4 hits and 1 error in the night as the first pitch of the inning will be a strike. And the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball 1, evening the count. The 1-1 delivery for Siebenaller is swung on and missed as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. One-two pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And there is 1 away in the inning. As now the 9 hitter, the left fielder, Wyatt Swanson, will step up to the plate.
Next bat is number 22, Wyatt Swanson.
That one's lined into left field for a base hit for Swanson. And the inning will continue. We got a knock there by Swanson, able to turn and burn on the ball there again, and then put it in left field for a hit. As we're back to the top of the order, as number 23, Bon Tadlock, will step up here with 1 away and a runner on first. As the runner takes off, and Essex not able to get it out of his glove and make the throw there. So Swanson will slide in there successfully and easily with the stolen base. And the count moves to 0-1. That one is just a bit inside there, and the count will even at 1-1. A 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. Good job by Essex to not let that one go past, as the count's now 2 balls and 1 strike. And that one is in the dirt, as the count's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Let's get a new ball here and get reset. Steven sets back here, delivers the 3-1 pitch, and it is in there for a strike 2, and it evens up the count. Full count here for Tadlock, 1 away. As Swanson leaves off second, and Tadlock will take a timeout. And now he'll step back in here as Steven sets and fires the 3-2 pitch, and that one is check swing and fouled back to the screen. The 3-2 once again is shot into left field towards Stitz and makes the catch there for the second out. As Swanson will scamper back to second base. And now there is 2 away.
Next to bat is Reed Smith.
The man on the bump, Smith, steps in here with 2 away, a runner on second, as the Huskies still lead this one 2-0 on 8 hits and 1 error. Tigers trail with 4 hits and 1 error on the night. As the first pitch is in there, it's just a bit inside there for strike 1. And that one's popped up foul. Essex making chase, but it's not able to get there as that one lands on top of us here. And that makes the count now 0-2 to McDonald. Steven out of the stretch there, checks the runner and fires the 0-2, and that one is sent foul and out of play into the visiting bullpen. Nobody over there, so no heads up needed. No balls, 2 strikes here for Steven as he tries to stop the bleeding, as that one's grounded to short there, gloved by, and not going to be there as the throw home is wide, not able to get there. So good base running there by Swanson, as Shable not able to field it, and the runner will reach first, and good base running by Swanson as he will advance home, and the throw is off lines, and that'll extend the Huskies' lead now 3-0. As now Coach Josh Lucan will step up to the circle again to have his talk with the senior pitcher as we will step away as the Huskies still lead this one 3-0.
Up next is Ben Porter.
Catcher Ben Porter steps in here with 2 away, runner on first, and he's hit by that pitch. So Smith will go to second, and Porter will go to first after being hit by a pitch. And as the Winterset coaching staff trying to get a substitution here, maybe a courtesy runner. And we will finally get that courtesy runner, and it will be number 18, Nick Swalve.
First base is number 18, Nick Swalve.
And runner on first and second here with 2 away is now stepping in is number 11, Carson Dinkla, as the Huskies look to continue to score here late in this game. As Siebenthaler checks the runner, fires, and that one's in there for a strike. Siebenthaler takes it from the stretch, rocks back, and will throw back to second, but Smith will get back in time there. Two on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And it's swung on and drilled into left center field as one's going to score here, and that will be an RBI single for Carson Dinkla, as it's now 4-0 with 2 away and 2 on in the 7th. As Siebenthaler definitely looking tired here. Definitely not in his right mindset right now and in prime form. And I think there's somebody warming up the bullpen. I think it's Talon Crandall's up in the Carroll bullpen. As we're going to get another courtesy runner, I believe.
And next is Josiah Hornback.
No, not. So Josiah Hornback will come to the plate here, still with 2 away, and runners on first and second. And the Siebenthaler are trying to just get out of this inning here, and the throw over is not in time. And that one's inside. Oh, wow, they're actually going to say it was a strike. I thought since Hornback was ducking away, but it broke just enough time to be a strike. And that one's in there for strike 2. Siebenthaler delivers the 0-2 pitch here, and that one is fouled away to the backstop here. So the Huskies will stay alive here in this inning. As Hornback will step in to the batter's box. Siebenthaler gets set and checks the runner at second here. And checks him again. Now he'll fire it home. And called strike 3. So at the end of 7, the Huskies still lead 4-0 over your home team, Carroll Tigers, as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
That half inning for the Huskies saw 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, a hit batsman, and a couple of stranded. After 6.5, Huskies 4, Tigers 0. Huskies have a new pitcher on the mound. Number 5, Matt Reedy. Leading things off.
The pitcher here for the Huskies is Max Landers on the bump here to look to close this one out. As Braxton Liu will step up to the plate here as the Tigers look to try to make a comeback and try to win one here in walk-off fashion. As the first pitch here from Landers in this contest is low for ball 1. Second pitch is swung on and missed by Liu, evening the count to 1-1.
Go back. Dial it in, bud. Dial it in.
1-1 pitch is up and in on Liu, as that'll be now 2 balls and 1 strike to Braxton Liu here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 pitch is just outside there, as that brings the count now to 3 balls and 1 strike. Carson Tedrow waits on deck here as the 3-1's delivered. And that is a called strike 2, as that makes the count now full. As it'll be Liu, Tedrow, and Crandall. And the 3-2 is low, and that's ball 4 as Liu will trot to first base with nobody out. As the Tigers looking to rally here late in this one. As the second baseman Carson Tedrow will trot to the plate. And he gets the sign from Coach Josh Lukin. Liu takes his lead away from first, pretty good sized lead. And the first pitch from Landers is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Braxton does not attempt to advance on the wild pitch, as that brings the count to 1-0. Landers checks Lou at first as Tedrow awaits the pitch, and he will step off and fake a throw over. Tiger fans starting to get loud here as Landers throws that one, and that one is called strike on the up inside corner. The 1-1 count here as Landers taking a minute, now fires, and that one's in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Tedrow as Crandall awaits on deck, and in the hole is Chase Shable, and then back to the top of the order here as Carroll probably trying to look to get to that middle of the order where they've been hitting pretty well out of. And that one is just high as the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike to Tedrow. And the 3-1 pitch is in the dirt, and that'll be a walk. So nobody out, and runners on first and second. And the Winterset manager will trot out and have a talk with his young pitcher as we will step away here and come back with more high school baseball action.
The Tigers, Helen, Randall.
Take a first pitch strike here. It's the 0-1 pitch. Comes set, fires, and that one's in the dirt and outside as the count evens 1-1. One count, runners on first and second. Tedrow at first, Lou at second. Nobody out. Tigers still trail by 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. We're in a Raccoon River Conference matchup. Tigers with 4 hits, 2 errors on the night. Huskies with 9 hits, 1 error on the night. And the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. On the outside, as the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here comes the 1-2. Crandall's able to foul it back here and keep battling. As Landers comes out of the stretch, and he'll fire home the 1-2, and that one is in the dirt. And the count evens now at 2-2. Landers sets now, and Crandall awaiting the 2-2 pitch as it comes home. And that one's popped up into the air right behind home plate, and it's dropped. And that one was dropped, but I think they're going to call it is it an infield fly? I'm not sure what it's called, but Lou wasn't paying attention, and he should have ran. He should have been watching the ball. And he was thinking he had to go back, but he had to advance there no matter what because it was in play. And now the umpires will have a talk with the Winterset coaches here as Coach Lucan telling Braxton Liu to stay on third base. And if this stays, yeah, Braxton Liu should definitely be out at third because it was a force no matter what. Now Coach Lucan is arguing the infield fly rule, which would make him safe. I'm pretty sure, but now that they're not sure, I would think that they're going to call this. I think they're going to call him out here, yeah. So Braxton Liu will be out there after they miss pop fly and the unfortunate base running error. As there's now one away, but still runners on. First and second is the sophomore Chase Shable will step up to the plate.
Next to bat, Chase Shable.
And he's going to be safe, as that's going to be a swinging strike, and Crandall was able to get back, they say. As there's one strike here as Landers will step off. And I think Shable's due for a clutch hits here. He's been kind of struggling all game with a couple errors and not able to get anything on the box score here. As Landers throws home, and he will foul it into the netting. Landers nods off the pitch here. Now he's set. Looks back at second. And he'll check both runners. As he'll throw it back. And Tedrow will get back in time. As Landers will step back on the bump here as he checks Tedrow at second. And now he'll throw the 0-2 pitch, and that one's popped up in the air towards first base, and it is caught by the first baseman Cook, and that makes it now 2 away here. As now the last chance here for the Tigers, as now we're back to the top of the order as Jackson Gross will step up. 0 for 3 on the night for Gross here, but looking to try to extend this game. As Tedrow still on second base. And Crandall on first with 2 away here. Huskies looking to close it out and get the win here early in this season, as that one is going to say he didn't swing, so it will be a ball to start the count. Gross will step back in as Landers will keep working from the stretch as he'll rock and fire, and that one off speed is up and will be a ball, making the count now 2 balls and no strikes. As Carroll's just trying to do this little by little, just try to maybe go 1 run at a time and try to chip away and get through the order. As Landers steps back, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that one is in there for the first strike, as the count now is 2-1. Landers looking to get the close it out here and get the save for the Huskies. Carroll trying to come back as that ball is in the dirt, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike on Jackson Gross here with 2 away and 2 on. Gross is definitely due here as well. One of the more powerful bats on this team is I think he had a couple home runs last year. Two definitely for sure here, as I was able to see one of them. So that'd be huge here for the Tigers if he could come through with one of those. And here comes 3-1, and that one swung on and missed as the count goes full here. And here comes the 3-2 pitch, and it's chopped in there looking for a drop, and that one's going to be caught. And that will do it here with the final score being 4-0 as the visiting Huskies will improve to 2-2 and Carroll will drop to 1-1. Thank you everybody for watching. My name is Jackson Kerrigan. Come back with us tomorrow as we have another softball and baseball game between Carroll and Nevada. And everybody have a good night and thank you for watching.
Next Tigers back in action tomorrow night against the Nevada Cubs at Winterset Park. And Friday, the Tigers will be away versus Silver Rangers. Thank you for coming out to the ballgame tonight. Drive home safely.